interesting. What is that?
How do you make money for nothing?
Stop, stop, stop.
The answer could be hiding in over 20 million tonnes of household waste thrown out by us every year.
Can I have it?
Yeah, by all means, you're welcome, yeah.
Fantastic.
That's why entrepreneur Sarah Moore wants to get her hands on things before they hit the skip.
I'm a passionate buyer, maker and user of old stuff, and I've turned that passion into a money-making business. I make new stuff out of old stuff and I sell it for a profit.
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers,
Enough to work on?
Just a bit, yeah.
It is a beast, isn't it?
she can transform her finds into desirable,
I can't believe it.
valuable
Oh, you clever.
and hopefully saleable items.
Oh, wow.
If Sarah is successful, then she can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
That's amazing.
Today, Sarah is in Surrey at the Whitley Recycling Centre. Ever the eagle-eyed entrepreneur, she's on the lookout for a boot full of potential loot.
I've got a good feeling about today. I think the cars are going to be flooding in here with exactly what I want. I just don't know what it is yet.
She's been given special permission to ransack the rubbish tip to find 3 unwanted items and save them from the claws of the crusher.
The bloke driving that doesn't get home with any stress, does he? Look at him. He's taking it all out on the rubbish.
Pat has jam-packed her car full of stuff. It's positively chock-a-block. But will Sarah spy anything with potential?
They look lovely.
Yes.
Heavy. They look really cool. So how long have you had these?
They've been in storage for a long time. They're actually not mine, they're a friend's.
Okay.
And I said, right, I'll get rid of them. Famous last words.
I bet they cost a fortune when they were new.
Oh yes, this person only bought the best. I was always jealous of him.
Really?
The chairs were manufactured in the 80s. They're well made from solid beech, but are neither old enough to be antique or cool enough to be retro.
Yeah, they look like they're in good condition. They're really sturdy, aren't they? And how many of them have you got?
10.
10?
10? That's not a car, it's a TARDIS.
They're good, they're sturdy, they are definitely ripe for updating.
I think they deserve a better life.
Patch chairs were about to be exterminated, but now will be regenerated. Into what, though?
Maybe make them into something exciting. A rocking chair. Take off all the backs and make it a coffee table.
That would be one big coffee table.
Well, there are more chairs here than I know what to do with. Some of them aren't in great condition, so I think I'm going to leave those here. But the rest of them, I'm going to take them away with a bit of brain power and a little bit of help from my friends, hopefully turn them into profit.
Sarah knows just the fella to lend her a helping hand. Meet upholsterer and designer Ray Clark. His work combines the exacting standards of a master craftsman with contemporary designs that are bold, bright and never dull.
I'm not about boring brown sofas. I'm about fabric and colour and passion and energy in each piece of furniture that comes into my hands. One thing I love about what I do is being able to deliver a considered piece to a customer and for them to come back to me maybe years later and say, oh, it lightens my room, it lightens my space.
Ray could be just what the doctor ordered for these dining chairs. One item in the bag, 2 to go. This saving trash from the skip malarkey is thirsty work. What I wouldn't give for a cold pint of the old amber nectar. Even better, a bucket full. Unfortunately, Bruce's beer bucket has run dry.
Hello there.
Hi, hello.
There you look into. Hi, I'm Sarah. Hi there.
Hello, Sarah. I'm Bruce.
Hi, I'm Bruce. I like the essence of the bucket, but what have you got in there?
It's carpentry moulding planes.
A plane is a hand tool for shaping wood, and these moulding planes would have been used to create the fancy edges on doorways or skirtings. But now they're obsolete. In the early 1900s, an electric power tool with interchangeable blades was invented.
Were they yours, or were they? Who
Right.
used to use them?
They're my sons. I got one of my sons is a carpenter joiner,
Right.
and when he set out in business, his grandfather gave him this set, which used to be his father's set
Wow.
of carpentry moulding planes.
They've got to be at least 100 years old, haven't they?
Oh, I would think so. I think I can certainly trace it back to the turn of the century.
In
to
your
1900.
family. Well, rather than going in the skip, can I take them away?
Can I keep my bucket?
You can definitely keep your beer bucket. I wouldn't like to come between a man and his beer. I will just borrow your bucket for a minute, if that's all right. Go and line these up, and then return your bucket to you.
What does Bruce think Sarah will do with them?
I have absolutely no idea whatsoever. Probably make a chandelier out of them or something. That's the sort of thing. I don't know. No idea. I look forward to finding out, though.
I know I'm going to need a load of help to turn these into hard cash, but they've got potential, and now they're mine.
Sarah knows exactly the right person to help her turn potential into profit. Rupert Blanchard has carved out a name for himself as one of the most imaginative furniture makers working with second-hand materials.
I work mostly with salvaged and found reclaimed materials, so I basically work with other people's waste.
His furniture is classical with a modern twist.
I love making something from nothing, something that everyone's given up on, something with a good history, something with a story, and something that I want to preserve and share that story with others.
Let's hope the story of these moulding planes ends in a happy ever after. Sarah's got goodies for Ray and Rupert. Now she's on the lookout for an item that she can transform. She better get a move on. Time's running out.
Sort of tempting, aren't they?
This looks positive.
But I'm going to say no.
Oh, she's just being a fussy one now. I'm going to have a word with her.
Hello? OK, well, stop ringing. If you don't want me to pick up, stop ringing. He is a nightmare.
Oh, what a diva. Perhaps the contents of Tony's trunk might take her fancy.
Hello. Hi, I'm Sarah.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well. Who are you?
I'm Tony. I've got one of these.
Are you throwing out all of this?
All of it, yes. But,
And is it is this a family member's?
well, my father had it for quite a while.
So who is it? William John Lancaster. So you a Lancaster or not?
No, I'm not. No.
Tony is no relation to the name on the front, but this delightful curiosity did belong to his father, who used it to store bits and bobs in. Tony's had it in his garage for the last 40 years.
As it was going in the metal skip, would it be all right if I took it instead?
Certainly, yes.
Lovely.
Certainly.
Well,
no problem.
I think it's got a really good look to it, and it's full of great stuff, and I would love to have a go at seeing if I can make something out of it or do something with it. So,
Certainly, yes.
if I
It's my
succeed, can I come and show you what I've done?
Yes, you certainly can. Yes,
Thank
great.
you so much.
Well, thank you.
Is Tony happy Sarah saved his box from the skip?
I'm thrilled a bit because it belonged to my father. There probably is something dramatic she can do with it, but it's down to her.
That's it, Tony. Pile on the pressure.
It's got some fantastic things in it, all sorts of little goodies in there, and just because of its style and its age, there's definitely money to be made here.
Well, I hope she can back up that big talk. Sarah has found her 3 items. Ray will aim to give these chairs a modern makeover. Rupert will take up the challenge of the moulding planes. And Sarah will be tasked with transforming the metal box.
We have had a fantastic day here today. I have got so much potential packed into my van. All I've got to do is realise it.
If you're an arty hipster type, like me, then East London is the place for you. It is positively brimming with an invigorating creative energy. So, all in all, there's plenty of reasons to be cheerful. Ray is an upholsterer extraordinaire. He's as famed for his creative flair as he is for his cool and calm demeanour. So expect a zen-like reaction to Sarah's imminent arrival.
Sarah comes, I don't know what to expect, and I don't know what will come out from me either.
That's our Ray, inscrutability personified.
Come and see these.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Enough there to work on?
Yeah, just a bit.
Should we get them in?
Yeah.
Sarah's whittled down the chairs from 10 to the best 6.
They're quite chunky, aren't they?
Yeah. So they seem to have done quite well. Very solid frame.
They're all really solid. There were a few more, and I chucked out all the ones that were feeling a bit ropey and had the ripped seats.
It doesn't feel like there are any major issues going on underneath this cover. So it's just a straight recover, I think. I mean, there's so much surface area. There's like, you know, these are all like blank canvas.
Sounds like a design coming on.
I've got some things bubbling in my head straight away.
Ooh, that sounds painful.
Like what? Come on, hit me.
Can I put a few together?
Yeah, of course.
And show you what I mean?
Well now, ladies and gentlemen, this is exciting. It appears inspiration has struck. What has Ray got in store for us?
This thing in my head now, this image in my head, octopuses, octopi. Octopi.
An octopi. Sounds delicious, but I don't think I could eat a whole one.
And you've got like one tentacle here, and then it stretches over.
That's looking lovely, Ray.
Another one. I mean, this is just rough, yeah? I'm just trying to like...
Oh, thank goodness for that. This is just a sketch of a fabric that Ray would create to re-upholster the seats.
Ray, that is a completely original idea.
Well, that's one way of putting it.
It's very clever.
It's not bad, is it?
It's going to look amazing.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really funky octopus we're talking about.
As we know, funky octopuses don't come cheap. This is an intricate design that's going to cost a fair few squid. Squid, you see.
960 divided by 6, that's about £160 per chair. £160 per chair.
For an original design, I think that's great.
That's amazing. That's amazing. This is going to be quite an experience, actually.
You're the man. You are the man.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm beyond excited. I can't even get the words out. I'm just kind of like, really, wow.
Sarah's no sucker when it comes to price, and while a £960 budget is a hefty investment for her, it's going to be tight for Ray. Margate in southeast England, once the bucket and spade brigade's destination of choice for a little sun, sea and sand castles. Now it's famed for its array of vintage and retro boutiques and craft shops. Playing his part in Margate's new scene is handcrafted furniture maker Rupert. Sarah's bringing the moulding Hold on, wasn't she meant to give that bucket back?
Hopefully Sarah's going to bring me something that everyone else has given up on, and I can, you know, try and give it a second chance.
Sounds like you should be pleased with these old tools.
Hi.
Hey, Sarah, how you doing?
I'm really well. How are you? Look what I've got.
You've got a bucket of fun for me.
I'm glad you said fun. I think they look amazing, but I'm here to get your help on them.
They're lovely. They're really nice. They're lovely and worn, but they look like they haven't been used in a while. These are good things.
I'm so pleased you said that because I thought they looked beautiful and I love the fact they've got all the signs of wear. You can see how hard they've worked.
On their own, they would make very good coat hooks.
Oh, cool.
They've got the right angle to them.
Yeah.
But to be quite honest, I'm not sure I want to use these as coat hooks. I don't think I want to use them as some sort of repurposed thing. I don't know, this is a hard one. I really can't cut these up. These are older than me. I'm not going to be the one to cut them up.
Might be time to pack up your bucket, Sarah.
So you don't feel comfortable about cutting them up. What are we going to do?
Rather than work by using these as something else, I'm just going to work with them as tools. If I can get these restored and up and running again, I'm sure I can make something brand new with over 100-year-old tools, and hopefully you're going to be able to sell whatever I make.
It's not how we usually do things, but I'm all for it. And for payment, Rupert will keep the tools and continue to use them.
If you can bring them back to life, make me a few little bits, that is the best possible scenario.
I'll definitely have a good go.
Seems like a sweet deal all round. There's plenty of potential pitfalls ahead, though.
Main challenges with these, until I restore them and look at how sharp the blades are and how broken these are, I just don't know how they're going to work. They might not even plane wood down.
Rupert will attempt to restore the moulding planes and keep them in payment for hopefully making a mystery object. This could be far from plain sailing. Sarah has dropped off the dining chairs and moulding planes, and now, back at home in Sussex, she can get cracking on her own item. The old tin chest. Sarah has decided to empty out the box, spruce it up and sell it online. Easy, but there's more to this makeover than that.
So I've got a plan. I'm going to polish up the box and I'm going to take some pictures of the front of it and turn that into fabric to make cushions. It's obvious, isn't it?
So the photos will be transferred onto fabric, which Sarah will use to make exactly what everyone wants. A cosy cushion that looks like a rusty old tin chest. First of all, a little kitchen cleaner to wipe the cobwebs away.
So I really want to clean this up, but not destroy any of that lovely wear. Just get rid of all the dust and the grit that's on it and make sure I don't rub off any of this beautiful paint on here. I've got a little bit of wire wool here just to knock off this loose rust on the corner. I don't want to make it go shiny, I just want to get rid of all of that loose material on the surface.
Sarah is using furniture wax to accentuate the colours and the well-worn lustre of the box.
Wow, I think those colours just look lovely. It really brings out the shine.
The gold lettering that gives this box its unique quality needs careful attention.
It's not going to be particularly legible if I leave it like this, but I have got some fake gold leaf, and I'm thinking if I just brush on a bit of glue and layer up a couple of bits of gold over the top of these letters, then I think we're going to be able to read them and photograph them, and they'll look fantastic on a cushion.
To apply the fake gold leaf, Sarah is using a water-based glue and a fine art brush, but most importantly, she's using a delicate touch.
So it's very thin glue. And all you have to do is make sure that the surface is super clean, and then hopefully I'm just going to dab a little bit on in the fine lines where I want the gold to stand out.
If Sarah gets this wrong, removing the glue will damage the original gold leaf.
This stuff is so cool. It's ultra thin layers of metal, and I'm just going to drop it on that slightly tacky glue and hopefully leave behind just the bits that I want.
Here's hoping Sarah's delicate touch is not, in actual fact, a ham-fisted mess. By Jove, I think she's done it, but I still can't see it as a cushion, though. Transferring Sarah's pictures to enough cotton fabric to make 6 cushion covers will cost her just under £35. The pillows to go inside cost 15 quid. Add to that the price of gold leaf and glue, and Sarah's total spend is £57. In East London, Ray is all smiles and super excited to begin work on the design of the Octopus fabric that will adorn the 6 dining chairs. Ray's assistant, Marina, has begun stripping the covering. The chairs appear in good condition, so Ray can use the majority of his budget on his fabric design rather than repairs.
So many staples, it's like, oh.
He's taking a gently approach to removing the staples and fabric to make sure he does not damage the solid beech frame.
You could get a knife and just knife it down here, but don't want to damage the wood too much, and I want a nice clean base to be able to begin the upholstery or continue the upholstery process. I mean, actually, a lot of the elements on this chair are in good nick, so there should be relatively little work required.
But when you shop from a skip, like Sarah, there's always the chance of a nasty surprise.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not liking that.
Ray is worried about the webbing, the flexible foundation of a chair.
Oh, no, I'm not liking the look of this. It's not very good quality.
Good quality webbing is crucial to create a strong seat and firm back.
We want to do things to last, do you know what I mean? And you want to use the right kind of materials, and yeah, oh dear, I'm giving myself more work, but it's got to go.
Replacing the webbing will impact on the already tight budget, but for Ray, this is a must. The webbing's elasticity maintains the shape of the cushioning. Without it, the Octopi fabric would become wrinkled and misshapen. To ensure the straps are pulled to identical tensions, Ray plays it, quite literally, by ear.
That's it. Nice.
And remember, it's not just one chair this needs doing to, it's 6.
There we go. So you've gone from that to this. I like that, it's much better.
Yes, but Ray is in danger of blowing his budget. In Margate, Rupert has been busy restoring the moulding planes. He has removed the blades and sharpened them up, ready for action. Unfortunately, some are chipped and beyond repair. Luckily, Rupert's favourite is good to go.
This is the one that I really want to work because it's a really nice profile. Does a nice, interesting little beaded shape, like what you would see around an old window frame.
Rupert's still not decided what he's going to make Sarah yet. He wants to make sure that the planes work first.
I'm using absolute rubbish scrap wood on this to start with, because I don't want to waste good wood.
It's not only the planes that are being put to the test, but also Rupert's carpentry skills. The plane should move in a long, smooth and steady forward stroke. It sounds simple, but is far from it.
At the moment, not quite getting the hang of this, but these are lovely things. I've got to persevere. But once you're an expert with one of these, you'll be away, and you make your trade as a carpenter as soon as you worked out how to use these nice old tools.
Alongside mastering the stroke, Rupert has to constantly reposition the blade, exposing 0.5 millimetre more each time to plane the grooves deeper and smoother.
I just can't seem to get the knack yet of adjusting them just a tiny fraction every time. I think it's going to take a lot of practice.
Perhaps coat hooks don't seem like such a bad idea after all. Rupert isn't the only one struggling. So is Ray. His budget is at breaking point. He has fully refurbished 4 of the chairs to his exacting standards, and now the budget is maxed. So rather than complete a set of 6 chairs, Ray will now only finish 4. I don't know how Sarah's going to react to that, but Ray has even more reasons to be nervous. His octopi fabric has arrived from the printers. Will it meet his high expectations?
Oh, look at that.
He's just so hard to read sometimes. But I think he's happy.
Oh. Yeah, this is... I can't believe it's here, actually. This is awesome. This is awesome. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I can't wait to cut this out now. I can't wait to cut this out. I'm right at that point now. I've got to be calm.
That's right, Ray. You'll need a steady hand to cut your cloth, so just calm down. Oh, dear. OK, let's have one more little boogie to get it out your system.
Oh, this is so nerve-wracking.
Ray's using a chalk pen to trace the pattern he's made up. If he needs to make any changes, the chalk can be removed without damaging the fabric. But once it's cut, it's cut.
Do it. Right. Oh. It's like, oh.
One wrong cut, disaster. Ray's not the only one to have the scissors out. Sarah's fabric has arrived. It's time to snip and sew to make tin trunk cushion covers.
I'm going for a really simple make on these. I'm going to make a little envelope, like a pillowcase. I'm going to pop the cushion in, and then I'm going to sew it up, because I'm using washable interiors for the cushions. So if you need to give it a clean, you can just pop the whole thing in the washing machine.
When Sarah saved the metal box from the skip, the last thing I expected she'd be inspired to make were cushions. But that's just what she's gone and done. Sarah added a colour filter to her photo to give the fabric a softer tone. But I've got to be honest, they don't make me want to curl up on a comfy sofa. I'm reliably informed, however, by Sarah that this rusty old iron look is, as they say, bang on trend. The proof of that will be in the profit.
I think the cushions have come out really well. They are the type of thing that I have seen in smart interior shops, and I hope that means I'm going to sell them for a profit.
The tin trunk belonged to Tony, and before him, his dad, so he was delighted when Sarah saved it.
I'm thrilled to bits because it belonged to my father, so it's had a long life.
And now, thanks to Sarah's intervention, it's got a new lease of life. The cushions and the metal chest have been put up for sale on Sarah's social media page. Now, Sarah's at Tony's house to tell him what became of his tin trunk.
Hello there.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Lovely to see you again. Now, you were clearing things out from your garage, I think, the last time I saw you. And
yes.
It was your father's toolbox, wasn't it,
Tin
that I
box.
took from you?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you think what we might do with it after we took it away?
I didn't have a clue, no.
I took some photographs of it and turned the pictures into fabric.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got some pictures here to show you how it ended up. So, there's your box, and these are some cushions
brilliant.
that we made using the typography from it.
Goodness me. How amazing.
Is that what you expected?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Well, I shared some pictures of the box and the cushions. The cushions were bought by an interior design shop and antique shop in Farnham, and the box was bought by an interior designer who works in Hazelmere.
Good grief.
So there is a little bit of profit to share from it, actually. Here I have £158 for your
grief.
deed box.
That's more than I expected. I thought about £25. That's amazing.
Is there something that springs to mind that you might do with that?
Yes, it's the children's home in Guildford, and that's where I would like that to go. So
Well,
this afternoon we'll drop that in there.
that is fantastic. Well, I think that's so generous.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it was an absolute pleasure.
Thank
Really
you.
good to catch up.
That's lovely.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
I'm sure the nearby Children's Hospice will be delighted with Tony's donation. In total, Sarah spent 57 quid making the cushions and sprucing up the trunk. She sold the trunk for £75, while the cushions earned 140 quid, leaving Tony with £158. In East London, Ray is preparing to reveal his funky octopi to Sarah. He's looking pretty pleased with himself. But how's he really feeling as Sarah approaches?
Oh, I've got no idea what she's going to say when she sees this. I'm terrified. Seriously, I'm like, oh, I have no idea what she's going to say. She's going to be, yeah.
Well, I left Ray with half a dozen lacklustre, unloved dining chairs, and I literally cannot wait to see what he's done with them. Come on, let's go and find out.
The dining chairs had a nasty surprise or two for Ray. I suspect we're all in for an altogether more pleasant one now. Wow! The chairs are bright, bold and completely unique. Now, I could tell you about Ray's clever integration of hand-drawn and computer-aided design elements. And I could tell you about the top-quality stitching and needlework. And we could debate Ray's boundary pushing between craft and art. But why bother when we can just sit back and take in Ray's fabulous handiwork? I'm a fan, but what about the boss?
Hey, Ray.
Hey,
How you
Sarah, how you
doing?
doing? Oh, good to see you.
Oh, I love surprises.
Yeah.
I have been waiting for this moment. Are you going to go for the big reveal?
Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Right, right, 1, 2, 3.
Wow. They are amazing.
She loves them. I knew she would.
It's fantastic.
So,
They are just bright and
yeah.
punchy and truly a work of art.
That's the thing, see, I was a bit nervous because, like, there's a lot of colour going on here and not everyone can have that much colour, can
Can you
cope with that much
imagine
colour.
if life was dull and you had to have things that were all plain?
I know,
These
but
are statement chairs and they are all about you, your design and what you've done with them. And I think you should be incredibly proud of yourself because
Yes.
they're beautiful. Well done. Shake my hand.
Thank you.
Ray has kept to his £960 budget, but that was for 6 chairs, not 4, meaning the price per chair Sarah needs to achieve to turn a profit has increased by 1/3. Design-wise, these chairs are a triumph. Profit-wise, well, that'll be up to Sarah.
If it was a weaker design, if they didn't look like that, that might be a problem. But actually,
You might.
I think they're rather striking, and I think
Yeah.
that's not going to be a problem to sell those. So I think well done for just getting it done. Clearly, there's a lot of work gone into that, and I think they look great. So pack them up for me,
I will.
and I'll let you know what happens to them. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Cool. Oh, OK, that's cool. Kept within budget. She's got 4 instead of 6, but yeah, job's a good one. Just about. Oh, can I collapse now?
Go on, Ray, have a little sit down. Sarah first spied the chairs just as Pat was about to sling them on the skip.
They're good, they're sturdy, they are definitely ripe for updating.
I think they deserve a better life.
Well, Ray certainly succeeded in giving them that. Now Sarah's on her way to show Pat the wonderful transformation.
Hi, Pat. Hi there.
Hi, Sarah.
How are you?
Nice to see you.
And you. Hi there. Have you got a friend?
Walter.
Hello, Walter. Lovely to catch up again. I told you I'd be coming to see you if there was something that could be done with your chairs.
Yeah.
Did you think? I wonder what they're going to do with them.
I can't imagine that they'd be anything but chairs, realistically. But I thought maybe chop the back off some chairs and some... I have no idea, actually.
Well, we took half a dozen of them up to London and to a lovely upholsterer called Ray Clark, and I brought you some pictures to show you what he did with them. They are really bright, OK, so you might
yes.
need your sunglasses. Let me show you.
I'm ready for this.
OK, so this is how your chairs ended up.
Wow.
And that is Ray.
Yes. They're fabulous.
They are bright and
Aren't they
beautiful.
beautiful.
It's an Octopus design. He designed the fabric himself specifically for these chairs.
Oh, right. Amazing. And do you know what? Somebody who's young and with fresh ideas would love them.
I would like to say I'm handing over money today, but they are, in fact, still for sale.
Yeah.
But I'm confident that I'll be back in touch and sharing a little bit of profit with you at some point.
Excellent.
Well, thank you so much, and it was lovely that you let us have them all.
Yeah, thanks for following through. That's really nice.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Lovely to catch
Yes.
up. Bye-bye, Walter.
Bye-bye. Come on, Walter. Come on, Walter.
Pat was impressed. Not sure about Walter. So Sarah spent £960 on Ray's complete redesign of the chairs. They are still to sell, but Sarah's confident she'll find them a new home soon. Sarah's back in Margate on the southeast coast to see if Rupert has mastered the moulding planes. And what, if anything, he's managed to make with them.
Well, this is a bit different, isn't it? I've got no budget set on this, and it's a win-win situation, isn't it? Rupert gets the planes and I get... Well, actually, if they didn't work, I might end up with nothing.
On this occasion, it's not a case of what has Rupert made from the moulding planes, but what has he made with them. Fabulous! Rupert has restored and used carpentry tools over 100 years old to craft beautiful Victorian-style mirrors. The actual mirrors are antique too. Blemishes on the glass are caused by damage to the silver reflective backing. You know, this trash tale, this skip story, has been one of my favourites. And I'm sure Sarah will be equally delighted.
Hello.
Hey, Sarah, come on in. Ready for you?
Oh, wow, they worked.
They kind of did. They were a bit hard to start with. I haven't used hand planes in many, many years. In the end, I decided to make mirror frames because I had a lot of very old mirror. This is over 100 years old mirror.
It's heavy.
It is heavy because it's original. And I just used reclaimed softwood.
Yeah.
And then I painted and waxed them to give them kind of a Victorian ebonised feel.
You really can tell the difference between that and a modern piece of wood, and it actually feels different, doesn't it? You can feel all the lovely sort of softness to it. And that old glass, people love this at the moment.
Rupert took on this project for the pure joy of seeing the moulding planes restored and used once again. The planes will take pride of place in his workshop, but there's one more thing Rupert would like.
I've really enjoyed working with these. I'm glad you gave them to me. I've learnt something new. So actually, I know it's cheeky, but I'd quite like to keep one.
Go for it. Which one are you going to have?
I think I'm going to have that one, and that one's going to go in my own bathroom.
Lovely.
And the rest, you'll have 5 mirrors, and hopefully you can find new homes for them.
I think that sounds like a great deal. Thank you so much. I think they're really great.
Thank you.
Little works of art, aren't they? Well, on reflection, I think I've got a really good deal there, and their handmade charms are going to make them really saleable. And this lot, pure profit.
The tools were sitting in Bruce's bucket when they caught Sarah's eye. They turned out to be a family heirloom.
One of my sons is a carpenter joiner.
Right.
And when he set out in business, his grandfather gave him this set, which used to be his father's set
Wow.
of carpentry moulding planes.
Bruce was happy for Sarah to take the tools, but there was one thing she couldn't keep.
Can I keep my bucket?
You can definitely keep your beer bucket. I wouldn't like to come between a man and his beer.
Bruce never got his bucket back, but I'm sure he'll be chuffed to find out what happened to the moulding planes. The mirrors were sold to the Mint List, an online shop specialising in vintage objects. And now, yes! With the bucket in hand, Sarah has arrived at Bruce's home to tell him the good news and finally give him his bucket back.
Hello there.
Hello.
How are you?
How are you? I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very, very well, thank you. Nice
Good.
to see you.
Nice to see you again.
Now, I said I would come and catch up. I bought something for you.
Oh, I was missing it. I haven't had a beer ever since. Been waiting for that.
Those planes that were in the bucket were really interesting. I took them to a fantastic designer. He said, I can't possibly cut those up, but I would like to use them. So
Right.
he took your planes
OK.
and restored them and made us something out of them. I've got some pictures to show you.
Oh, well.
He made a beautiful set of mirrors using vintage glass.
Wow.
He struck us a deal. He said, if you let me keep the planes and I can put them into service and I can use them again, I will make you something and you can have whatever that I make for you. You can have it. It's all yours. You don't have to pay me.
Tell you what, that makes me feel quite good.
But he did make us 5 beautiful mirrors that I managed to sell. So I have got for you £150 from the sale of the mirrors made by those planes. So that's for you.
Oh, good grief. Wow. That is absolutely stunning.
I'm pleased you approve because I sort of thought it might have been the right thing to do with them.
That feels quite good to me, actually. Got a good home for that, which is the St John's Ambulance. Wow. Smashing. Thank you very much.
It was an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for letting us have them. They have gone on to
Thank you.
other
I
things.
feel quite good about that.
I'm glad you do. Enjoy the beer.
And I shall feel quite even better after that.
Have one on us. Lovely to catch up.
Thank you
so much.
Sarah, thank you very much. Bye-bye. Wow.
Rupert charged Sarah no pounds or pennies to make the mirrors. Sarah sold all 5 of them for a combined price of £150, all of which is pure profit that Bruce is donating to St John's Ambulance. Sarah saved 3 unwanted items from the skip, and now, rather than being chucked in the landfill, they've been given a new lease of life.
Well, I really didn't know how that was going to unfold. I took a chance on those moulding planes and Rupert, well, he really pulled out the stops to make something amazing with them. So that's 3 items, reclaimed, reimagined, and now ready to be reloved. And along the way, well, we made some money for nothing too.